Ready, mounted, and loaded!
Welcome to Chanka News Network. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be speculating on the upcoming map that seems to be from leaks, theme park based map in which is likely to be Hong Kong, which is where the next operators are going to be from. Just before we start, I want to point out that the menu screen is not real and it wasn't done by me. It's a mock-up by Reddit user Ors1515. I'm going to leave a link to the Reddit post in the description. Go and upvote it, give them that sweet karma. It's a really great Photoshop and it's really awesome. Thank you to him for letting me use it. So to get into it, there are two main theme parks in Hong Kong. There's Disneyland and Ocean Park. Before we go into the maps, I just wanted to show you a little bit more about the likelihood of the CTU we're going to be getting. So from the leaks, it seems like we're going to be getting the Special Duties Unit, which is the Special Police Forces in Hong Kong. And I found these videos for you, which I've cut down. So if it looks a bit weird, that's why. But this is their training, and one is their 10th anniversary celebration. So check these out. The links to the full videos will be in the description. Now, just before I move on to the next video, some of the speculation about a new operator that came out when they launched this second year season pass was that there would be a new sniper with either the Spanish, which we now know is untrue, or the Hong Kong. This was due to the cutout of this picture, and as you can see in the shadow, it looks like he's holding a sniper rifle. I found this video of the Special Duties Unit training their snipers, so we'll just have a quick look at that, and then I'll get into the maps.
In the end, a trained sniper will be able to shoot a target as small as a fist from a distance of 100 meters.
So to walk you through how I researched it, first of all, I googled if there had been any incidents at theme parks anywhere in the world. I didn't find any incidents that actually happened, whether it was, you know, like a bombing, a shooting, a hostage situation. There wasn't really anything, but I did find that in France, ISIS members were planning to attack the Disneyland Paris theme park, which I found interesting, as Hong Kong also has a Disneyland park. So there could be a connection there. So let's jump into the Disneyland map, and I'll go through what I found. As I said, there's been no attacks at a theme park, so there's nothing that they could take influence from. This map is probably going to be mostly from their imagination, but I could be wrong. We could see something completely different to the theme park that I've got in this village. Like I said, this is just speculation. It could be completely wrong. But anyway, looking at the photos of Disneyland Hong Kong, there's two main buildings that stuck out to me. There's the castle, which I believe is called the Sleeping Beauty Castle, but I could be incorrect about that, but it's a castle anyway. And there's the Disneyland Hotel. Now, both of these buildings I think would be pretty fun to play in. Now, looking at the castle, you can see, to me at least, it's got a skyscraper reminiscence about it. The wall going along the front and the way the roof's shaped, you probably couldn't repel that easily onto all the windows. But it could be a fun map inside. I imagine there's lots of like spiral stairs, which could be quite entertaining to see how that would work within Siege. And it's quite an interesting shaped building. Castles tend to be very narrow. I've not been to Disneyland Hong Kong, and so I've not been inside this building, so I can't tell you what the inside is like. I couldn't find any pictures or maps or anything of the inside, but I would imagine it's a very narrow map. I would hope that Sledge would be quite good. Sledge or Buck or Ash would be quite good here with their breaching capabilities. And looking at the hotel, now this looks like Consulate on steroids. This thing looks huge, and I don't know if it would be this big in the actual game, but that building is massive. But you can see it's got an interesting shape about it. It's got kind of a U shape, which I think could be quite fun. It kind of reminds me of Barlet in that sense, where the windows are overlooking each other. You could get that. It could be like a Barlet Consulate cross on steroids with the size and how much the windows cover each other. Yeah, again, I couldn't find anything inside that would be this different. I think maybe the hotel itself would be interesting. There'll be a lot of small hiding places within rooms. Like, I mean, you've got all the bathrooms, you've got the janitor's closets that will be up and down the building. So it could be like on the outside, it would be Consulate / Barlet, and within the inside, it would be a bigger, more open yacht. I don't know, but that could be interesting to see within the game as well. Now, moving on to Ocean Park, I personally feel this is much more likely. Ocean Park is a lot bigger than the Disneyland Park, and there's a lot more difference about it. So before I go into the buildings, I just want to point out also that Ocean Park is really, really, really close to the police college, where the footage I showed you earlier of the open day anniversary, the one of the car explosions and the helicopter, that one actually took place. If you look at this map, you can actually see this brown field, and that's where that took place. And looking at this map, you can see just how close it is to Ocean Park. Ocean Park is quite big, as I said, so the marking on the map is just the entrance, and then there's like a lift, and there's probably some few stairs and stuff up to the actual part, which is a massive part south of the island. But yeah, so I just wanted to point out that it's really close to the police college, and I researched it a little bit. I couldn't find out specifically if Special Duties Unit train there, but I can't find any other similar buildings, so I imagine they have trained there before they're brought into the force. So going into the buildings, as I said, the park is massive. So I've got two separate pictures of different parts of the park that I found. There may be more, but this is what I've got. So in the first picture, you can see there's a lot of roller coasters. There's a Ferris wheel. But in the left side of the picture, you can see there's 3 separate buildings, which I'm not exactly sure what they are, but they'd provide an interesting building structure, especially if they found a way to implement all 3 buildings into one with maybe a tunnel system, or like roller coaster tracks that went underground, something like that anyway. And moving on to the second image, which shows a lot more of the buildings, I think is a more main part of the park. You can see on the left, you can see that the buildings, I'm not sure how quite to describe it, it's like there's steps. So you've got the entrances to the 2 buildings, and then on top of that, you've got more rides and more, I think that's a slide. So that could be quite interesting, having those multiple layers. You've got that big tunnel thing there. But I think the thing that is going to probably catch everyone's eye here is the big building in the background. Now, this seems to be the main part of the park. Again, I've never been to Ocean Park in Hong Kong, so I have no idea what's on the inside. I couldn't really find out exactly what that building is. However, one of the things I found from internal pictures was this aquarium. Now, I'm not sure if it is within Ocean Park. I imagine it must be, as it's just on the Wikipedia page. It wasn't difficult to find at all. But this would be an amazing room to have in Siege. Just the bright, different coloured lights. That would be a really, really fun room, I think. As well as this, there was a few other aquariums that I thought looked quite interesting. There was this one at the park, which is like a cave. And then there's also this tunnel, which you walk through and all the fish swim over you. Both of these would be really, really interesting within the game, at least visually. As well as this, I know there's a restaurant within the park, and I'd imagine we'd see a gift shop and maybe a few rooms with rides in. I'm not too sure. That the aquariums and restaurants were the only pictures I could find within the park. But I mean, just the aquarium alone would look really, really good. So they're the two maps. This is basically everything I found on it. If you have anything else, please let me know. Just one more point before I go. There has been a theme park in the Rainbow Six universe before. It was called World Park, and it was in Spain. I'm going to leave a little description up from the Wikipedia. Now, maybe they're not sticking with the law. I have no idea, but if they are, it could be possible that this is World Park and it's just an expansion of the franchise. That's not entirely impossible, and is what I think is pretty likely. So to sum up, I think that it will take place at Ocean Park. I think it'll feature a lot of aquariums, and I think the name of the park within the game will be World Park. And it has been linked that the CTUs have the initials SDU, so it's pretty unlikely it's going to be anyone else other than the Specials Duties unit. If you find anything else, if you have any questions, any comments, anything I got wrong, please put them in the comments, message me on Twitter, whatever you've got to do. I want to know. I want to see how close we can get to the next map. Thank you for watching. This has been Chanka News Network with our first map speculation. Follow us on Twitter for more, and remember,
that Chanka will always stand by you.